Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing a March plus April wrap up and a kind of what I'm currently reading video. Between March and April, I managed to read 15 books, which is really great for me, especially not like in March, I didn't read all that much, but in April, I managed to read kind of a lot, at least for me. Although I did read not mostly, but I did read like a lot of manga, so that also helps since I can read a manga in like 20 minutes to half an hour. So the first book I read in March was actually kind of a letdown. So I actually do have the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the novel, the first volume, but I only started it and never finished it. And I only read like 1 or 2 chapters, so not that much. But I decided to just read the manhua or the manga to it. It was really a letdown because I thought that I could just, read the manga without actually reading the novel, but turns out you can't because the manga does not explain all of the stuff that is going on in the book to you. Actually, it doesn't explain like 80% of the stuff that is going on to you. So it was very confusing and I didn't understand what's going on, half of it because I only read until a certain part in a novel, and so I could understand it until that part happened in the manga, but after that I was just like, who are these people? What's happening? So I ended up giving it like a 2-star because I don't know, if you're going to make a manga version of something, I expect it to have the whole information for me to understand the story, which didn't happen. So that's why my rating is so low, because otherwise if it explained everything, I would probably give it like a 5-star or 4 point something stars, but yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen. Then I read another manga, which was Wolf Girl and Black Prince Volume 1. And it was fun. It's one of those enemies to lovers situations, but I'm not interested in continuing it. Maybe in a spur of a moment I will continue it, but it's not like that thing that I'm constantly thinking about. I actually don't remember all of the stuff that happened in that volume, and yeah, I ended up giving it like a 3 stars because the plot was interesting, but it was forgettable. It wasn't all that good. And the next one I read is, surprise surprise, another manga, and it was Burn the House Down Volume 1, and also it's now a Netflix show that I really want to watch it, so I added to my watch list. And I really liked that one. I really liked the first volume. I think it was very intriguing, very what's going to happen. So basically it's about a girl that seeks revenge because her mother, her house burnt down, and her mother, I think she has amnesia now after that accident, so she doesn't really remember anything of what happened. And she knows that a certain lady that was her mother's friend was involved in the burning the house down thing, so she just invents another personality, another identity, not personality. She invents another identity, and she gets into the life of the woman that burned down her house to get revenge, and some other stuff start happening, and it's very interesting. And I did give it a 3.5 because again, the plot is very nice. It didn't add that much to the story, so that's why I'm not giving it higher rating, but I really liked what I read, and I do plan on continuing it, so yeah. The book I read after that was City of Ghosts by V.E. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab, and this is one of her middle grade series. I think it's actually the only middle grade series she wrote, but it's the first book in the Cassidy Blake series, and I really enjoyed it. For a middle grade, it was very entertaining. It started getting like a bit boring between like the 30 and 60%, but then after that it picked up a lot, so it was very, very nice, and I ended up giving it a 3.75 out of 5 stars. Then I read another middle grade book. I'm in like my middle grade era, I guess, because then I bought some other books and I added some to my Goodreads want to read, because okay, I've been sleeping on middle grade books. There are so many good middle grade books out there that I haven't read, and I should have like start reading them. Yeah. So the next one was the Bellwoods game, and it was really hard to get like it wasn't that hard to get a grasp on it because I wanted to buy the physical copy. The cover is just so beautiful and has a lot of illustrations, so I'd really like to have the hard copy to that, but since I don't, I decided to just get a loan on Libby. I listened to the audiobook at the same time that I read it on Kindle, which was a very, very nice experience, since again you can see the illustrations and you can listen to the audiobook, and the narrator does a lot of like different voices to the different characters, so that was very nice. But this book is about a girl named Abigail Snook who went into the woods many years ago, never to be seen again. So basically she's just hunting these woods like a ghost, and nobody knows what happened, how she disappeared, what made her disappear. Nobody knows anything about it. And then a few years after, there is a game that they started doing after Abigail's disappearance, that it's the Bellwoods game, and like a few students are selected to play that game, and Bailey, which is our main character, was selected to play the game. And basically they like go into the woods and start just learning stuff about how Abigail disappeared and what happened. And then there's like this creature hunting the woods. Like, is it Abigail? Is it not Abigail? Oh my god. Is it Abigail? Is it not Abigail? So yeah, it was really nice. It was very, very good for a middle grade horror. I think it was really well written, and again, the narrator did a very, very good job. So I did end up giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next one was one that I had on my TBR for the longest time. Like, I think this book has been on my TBR since like 2014 or something, when the movie came out, and it's Perks of Being a Wallflower. I really, really loved it. Like, I already knew the story again from the movie, so it wasn't any spoiler or anything all that happened, but it was still very, very interesting to read this. Actually, okay, Milo, stop, don't move the camera. It was very interesting to listen to the audiobook, especially since it's told in like a diary form. You can really see how Charlie feels and how his feelings evolve and all of that. So I found it very nice to listen to. So I ended up giving it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Not quite a 5-star for me, but I think it was because I already knew what happened. So that kind of ruined the experience for me. Not ruined it totally, but like it took that surprise element away from me. But it was still a very nice read and a very quick read. So yeah. Then the next one was a very, very random just read. I needed it for a prompt in my readathon, my BTS readathon, which I actually don't remember what I needed it for. But I really liked it. It was not one of my faves, but it was still like a good time. And it was a Spindle Splintered by Alex E. Arrow? Yeah, I think that's her name. I hope I'm not misspelling that. But this is a beauty, not a beauty, I was going to say Beauty and the Beast. This is a Sleeping Beauty retelling, and I really liked this. Like, it was fun, it was a good time. I won't say like I will remember this for the rest of my life, but it was still like a good retelling, because sometimes with retellings I'm a bit like iffy because I ended up not really liking it, but this one I actually did enjoy. So Xenia, which like she has a disease that no one has quite figured out what it is and the cure for it. And on the 21st birthday, like all the people that have this disease are known to be dead when they turn 21. Like they turn 21 and then they die. That's basically it. But then on her 21st birthday, she like not picks, she just pokes her finger in a spindle and she just goes to another dimension, which is one of the dimensions of the Sleeping Beauty universe, because there's like a multiverse of all of these alternative Sleeping Beauty stories, and she goes to one and then she meets this princess who is a Sleeping Beauty and they start having an adventure, and it's basically it. I did end up giving it a 3.25 out of 5 stars because again, it was a good time, it was entertaining, but it wasn't all that like groundbreaking, never seen before, like I don't know how to explain it. It was fun. It just wasn't one of my favorites. Yeah. Oh, but then next we have one of my actual favorites of this year so far, and it's Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. And oh my god, I love this. Why didn't I read it sooner? Because it felt like I was like watching one of those video essays on YouTube about celebrity drama, and I love those. I love my celebrity drama. Like from time to time, I don't like watch them consistently, but sometimes I like some celebrity drama. And this was basically like it. So this book follows June and her friend Athena. They are basically like academic rivals, but Athena considers June her friend, but June isn't like quite her friend. And then one night something happens, Athena dies, and June decides to steal her manuscript that was never seen by anyone. And just publish it under her name. She basically, no, not basically, she did steal a book, a manuscript from Athena, and then published it under her name and just like switched some things up. And then you follow that story of how like she published the book and how things started going like. So yeah, 5-star. Really liked it. Really, just fantastic read. Oh, next one. I actually have the physical copy of. Okay, so next one is Alice in Borderland Volume 1. And look at these editions. I love them. These like two, I think there are like 2 or 3 in one editions. I really like them. Like, I really like them. Oh, I was holding this upside down. Alice in Borderland Volume 1. And I did I did watch the Netflix show last year or the other year when it came out. Like I watched it when it came out and I love it. If you don't know, like my cat is named Arisu after the main character Arisu from Alice in Borderland. That's like how much I love this series. And I decided it was time to finally read the manga, especially since I saw these editions on Fnac on sale. I actually bought this secondhand on Vinted because I could not find the volume 1 in store like ever, so I had to buy it secondhand, which I like always do. I usually buy all my books secondhand. What can I say about this? Like, Alice in Borderland is about 3 friends, and the main character is Arisu, which is this handsome boy right here, and they just travel to another dimension or another alternate universe, but like you don't really get what it is until like the final episode or the final volume, but they are goofing around on a train station in the Netflix show. Here they are at the bar that Karube, one of the friends, works at, and then suddenly like the lights go out and they just like go to another reality where everyone in Tokyo has disappeared. Or so they think, because not everyone has disappeared. Them and other few people are still in there, but Tokyo is not like they know it. So they start entering these games, these life or death games, where they have to compete and get like a visa. And the visa is basically how many days they have until the end of their stay. So they die. It just follows their story in getting like discovering what is going on and just what the hell is this world, and just a solid 5-star. Like 5-star for me. I love this to death. Like I really like this. Oh, so next one is also one of my favorites. It's another manga. What a surprise, right? So the next one is actually a manga, but it's not the action packed. Why am I dancing? I don't know. It's a slice of life, and it is the ice guy and the cool girl. And I actually did watch the anime, which is called The Ice Guy and the Cool Female Colleague. I always get the hardest time saying this, but yeah. I actually did read this on my last vlog, and I love it. I love it. This is just so cute. So this follows Himuro, which he is a descendant of the snow woman, ice woman, something like that. So he basically, when he gets nervous or he gets too excited, he just creates ice around him in this like cute little snowman. And then he meets Fuyutsuki, which they are like colleagues, and a romance develops between them, and it's really cute. Like Fuyutsuki-san is more like introvert and not really like expresses her emotions like physically. So yeah, and then you have Himuru, which again, if he gets very excited, he creates ice. So every time he's around Fuyutsuki-san, he just gets like very, oh, she's so cute, and then he goes like, poof, snow, ice, snowman. I get really excited talking about this. Like everyone should like read this and watch the anime because it's so good. Like 5-star. And I had the hardest time finding this volume, but I did find it on Vinted for 10 euros or 11 with shipping, which was really inexpensive because the original one is like 18, and then volume 2 is 22 euros, I think, so are kind of expensive. Oh, and the next one I read, surprise, it was volume 2 of The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl, which, you know, follows Fuyutsuki and Himuru, and that's basically it. Another 5-star. Yeah. Oh, and then I read one of my favorites. Like it became one of my favorite manga, along with Alice in Borderland and The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. This is the other thing I'm obsessed with. Orange. This is a complete collection of volume 1, and I actually bought the volume 2. So this is about Nao, which is a student in 11th grade, and she receives a letter from herself in 10 years from that day on, telling her about how she will meet a boy whose name is Kakeru, and she will have to basically save Kakeru's life. And then the letter starts like describing what happens in each day, and she's like, wait, this is like real, what is happening? And basically she has to save Kakeru from a terrible future. So yeah, I'm not going to really tell you more about it, or else I'll just be spoiling the whole thing, but it is very emotional but very cute at the same time, and I really like them. I especially really love Suwa because I think he's such a good friend. Like I really like him. I love all of the characters basically, but like Suwa holds a special place in my heart, you know. So obviously this is a 5-star read, and I cannot wait to get into the second volume because I know I'll cry a lot. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is actually a sequel to the first book that I read, which is Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets to the Universe. And I did read Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World, and this was actually a very not fun read. Like it had some fun moments, but it was also very sad in other moments, but especially towards the end it got very emotional, so I kind of cried with it. But what I hate about these like editions is that they're not the same. Like this height difference is driving me crazy. Fucking hate this. Like no. I bought the second hand, and this one I actually bought as an accident to my friend Faye as Christmas gift, but then she was like, wait, I already have it, I just haven't read it yet. And I was like, oh, then I'll ask for a refund. And then they give me a refund, but they didn't ask for the book back like in Amazon. So I had the second book, and I was like, what am I going to do with the second book? And she was like, wait, you can borrow my copy. This is actually my own because I bought it secondhand. But she was like, hey, borrow my copy, read it, and then you can read the second one. And I was like, great. And so I did. And she was not kidding, like these two books are very, very good. I really like them. So this follows just Aristotle and Dante's relationship where it left off in the second book, and I thought it was very, very cute. I just took a bit longer to finish it because like this book touches on some difficult, rough subjects, and I was going through like something in my life in March, and it was not the right time to read this, so I finally picked it up this month, not this month, last month in April. So yeah, I give this a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Okay, next book I read. It was a letdown for me. I gave this a 2 stars. I was expecting to like this, and not like giving it a 5-star, but giving it like a 3.75, 4 or 4 something, 5 stars, 4 something stars. Like I did think I was going to give this like a 3 to a 4 something stars. No, that didn't happen. I bought this book and read it expecting like a funny, goofy, silly romance story, like an enemies to lovers love story, but that didn't happen. Like these two were swooning over each other since the very beginning. And then after reading like 4 chapters of just like straight out smut and just cringy smut, I was like, okay, and I did not have a good time. And this book is The XX by Aaron Serling, and I did not like it. Did not. I was expecting to like it, like honestly I really was, until like about, I don't know, half of it. I was really enjoying it, but then the smut started. And I was like, okay, one smut scene is not bad, you know? But then basically it just revolved around the smut, the plot, like the initial plot, got lost in it. Yeah, a lot of romance, but way too much smut. Just very cringy smut. And then I just didn't like it. That's basically it. That's the verdict. I didn't like it. It was a 2 stars. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so next book, I actually finished it yesterday and I really liked it. Like I was expecting to like this just based on a premise, but I wasn't expecting to like it this much. And it was I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, the novel version. And oh my god, I really liked it. Basically it follows this girl named Sakura, and Sakura has a pancreas disease and she only has 1 year to live, and then she meets this guy, which you only figure out the guy's name like towards the end of the book, like almost at 90% I think, which was very interesting because I was always like, what's his name? What are you called? Why is your name being like blurred out? And then I got it. It's very nice. I really liked it. It was very emotional but very fun at times because the sarcasm was just top tier. I did give this a 5 stars, and again this also has a manga and an anime or a movie I think, but I do have to watch both, like watch the anime and read the manga because I really like this. I really like this. Yeah, that wraps up what I read in March and April, and I think I did well. Like it wasn't that bad. I think I did well, even with some mangas in between. I think it wasn't like a bad month reading. On to current reads. So I basically have 4 books that I'm currently reading, which sounds insane. But for starters, I am reading A Tempest of Tea, but I'm in like the middle of it. And this I started last month, but then I wasn't like really feeling it, and I had some other prompts to finish for my readathon, so I just left it for this month. And since Katie is reading it, this was like heaven sent because she decided to put our May buddy read as A Tempest of Tea, so I decided to like read right now because it's the perfect time, and I only have like half of it to finish, so it won't be that much pressure to finish it. And yeah, then I am also reading Mistborn Book 1, The Final Empire, and this is from the Mistborn Era 1. I am currently at like 30%. And this is like a very slow body read, very relaxed body read with my friend Rachel. So we are just slowly reading it, you know. The other book I'm currently reading, I have had it on my TBR since before it came out, because I was waiting for it to come out in early 2021, I think, or 2022, I don't remember, but I was supposed to read it because I finished the other books in the series and I wanted to continue it. Never got around to do it, but this year I'm finally doing it, and it's The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. And this is the fourth book on the Truly Devious series, which I read in like 2020, I think, and I really enjoyed it back then. But right now I think it's like a bit too YA for me, or maybe it's just that since this follows Stevie Bell, he's basically like a teen detective, and since this is not in the same setting as it was in the other three books, since that mystery closed on the third book, I'm finding it a bit difficult to just get into this like different world. But honestly, it's not being that bad, it's just I think I'm just being picky to be honest. So I'm currently like at, I don't know, 28-30% through it. I'm like in chapter 7, so I'm here. Like, it's not the best book I've read, but it's not bad. It's entertaining, so I'm just casually listening to the audiobook while following along in the physical book, and that's basically it. Final book I'm reading that I started yesterday for a readathon is I Hope This Doesn't Find You. And someone told me that this is like K-drama kind of book. So I'm really excited because I love K-dramas and I love just cool setting K-dramas. So yeah, I decided to pick this up and so far I'm really liking it. Okay, I'm at 17% at page 51 and I need to charge my Kindle. But yeah, I'm really liking this, and I think this will also be like a solid 4-star or something, unless something ruins it. But so far, I'm liking it. It's like a cliche K-drama, but I love my cliche K-dramas, so yeah. And that basically wraps up all that I read and what I'm currently reading this month. I have some other books that I plan on reading on May, but I'll probably either do like a vlog or a May TBR kind of situation thing. I don't know. I'll just go with the flow and do whatever I feel like then. I'm going to let you go and I'm going to keep on reading my books and just watch some Booktube, and yeah, bye!